country, pop, rock and roll, all in one station, mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas, 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented or submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
And welcome to Today with Kashay. It's Friday. I've had my coffee this morning, and if you know and listen to my show, sometimes I don't have coffee, I don't have time, I sleep in. I had it this morning, so I'm probably going to be a little extra hyped this morning. Anyway, so the month of May, we've been talking all about nutrition, which is one of my favorite topics. And so this morning I have in the studio a wonderful lady, a friend of mine, Christy Abrams. Welcome, good morning, who totally is, to me, the definition of nutrition. There you go. Compliment to you.
Thank you.
Yes,
really?
yes. I mean, when I see you and when you speak it, you are the epitome of it. So welcome this morning.
Thanks.
We've had guests on each Friday. And so this morning we're going to be talking with you a little bit more about nutrition and what you do.
Yeah,
welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And so I'm going to do what I always do, which is how did we meet? And no, we didn't meet at Ladies' Night Out, which is where I met a lot of the ladies.
No.
I met you, and tell me if I'm wrong, East Shore, the neighborhood where I lived, I was having an event for Designer Divas, my business, at the country club.
Yep.
And I remember Tina Sams, I had invited her, and she says, oh, I have to bring somebody. Because it was fitness. It was Designer Divas we were selling, at the time, I was selling obviously my high-end luxury consignment pieces, but I was also dabbling with some designer fitness wear. And she says, I have to bring the person who is all about fitness and all about health. I'm like, who is she? And I was so excited. And then she introduced me to you, and I'm like, oh my God, was that it?
Yeah, was it?
Okay.
And I got some great Prada sunglasses that day.
Oh, yeah, you did. You bought some Prada shades. We went through that. But then also, I get to know you from Pure Barre as well, because you are the amazing lead over there at Pure Barre as well.
Yeah, I've been teaching there for 5 years. Pure Barre is a bar-based fitness in both Alden Bridge and Hughes Landing, and it's so wonderful. But yeah, I was so glad when you started coming there. So it's a great compliment to all your running and anybody,
I swear by it. I love that place. Pure Barre is like, oh my God, it's so great. It is the best. So
come visit us.
Come. So, okay, so you're here today, obviously, because you do a lot of nutrition and things of that nature. Tell everyone out there who doesn't know you, which is probably, like I always say, not many here in the Woodlands, but a little bit about your background and take us from there. Yeah.
All right, so I've been in fitness and nutrition, exercise. It's really been a big part of my life, my whole life.
Okay.
I started out as a gymnast from age 3 all the way through high school.
Wow.
I cheered and, all those kind of things that you do when you're a gymnast.
Right.
And then as I moved into life as a married person and a mom, and I just stayed really active.
Okay.
And my kids, I have 2 boys now that are 20 and 23, but they were wanting to do karate.
Okay.
So they started and quit, and I kept going. So I got my black belt.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So don't mess with
10
you.
years, don't mess with me.
So when you're in class and you're like, Kashay, do what I say, I better do what you say.
And people ask, like, why do you, put me in a certain
now
position?
I know what you're like, Kashay.
Sorry,
Do it. Okay. Well, congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thanks. So I've had that, gosh, I don't know, probably maybe 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
And then I really got interested in the funny thing that draws people a certain place. The way a person looked, the ladies on the front of Oxygen magazine, way back. I don't even know if the magazine exists anymore. But I liked that they were feminine, yet they were strong. And so I started asking around at the gym, and I ended up, long story short, competing in figure, which is a part of the bodybuilding world.
Okay.
And so I spent 4 years competing, and I ended at the top of my game, which I was happy just to kind of be able to compete in my 40s.
That's awesome.
And ended up as a pro, but I learned so much about nutrition, and it really piqued my interest. Well, what about this? And how do you do that?
Right.
What does that mean?
Perfecting your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then I started giving so much more. Oh, there's
Look at you.
so much more knowledge to other people. So people came to me and asked me a million questions. And then one day somebody says, why don't you do this for a living?
Yeah, you should be making money. Don't just give that away for free.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's a great idea.
So my degree is in psychology and biology, so I have that science background. But here I'm in my, early 40s, and I got a certification, went through a certification process for fitness nutrition.
Okay.
But really, I think the base of everything that I do and know is my own digging in and getting knowledge. I have quite a few mentors in my life. I just really keep digging and trying to get the knowledge that I want to know about. I mean, it's so many, like 8-10 years ago when I started my business, nobody talked about keto.
Right.
I mean, intermittent fasting was weird, and and it's just so
watch your calories
many.
back then, right? Now it's so much more.
Well,
than
and it was really low fat.
low fat.
Right?
Oh my
low
gosh, I'm
fat.
still into that one.
But don't eat an avocado. Don't.
But see, I do, because I believe, and you help me, but I'm whole like no saturated fats, but the monos and the polys, I've learned that I can eat as much of those as I want. Is that still true?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But 10 years ago, that was nobody talked about that. You just didn't eat fat.
Right,
like,
right,
you
right.
ate sugar-free,
Zero.
fat-free. It was
Right.
just
It was zero.
It was just wrong. But we learned along the way what it really means and what it does to our body.
And you've been in the Woodlands how long?
Let's see. My son was born in '96, so we moved here in '95.
Oh wow! So you've been here quite some time, and you've been doing now all of this. And we're going to speak a little bit more after commercial. We'll go to commercial because you actually now everyone's lucky they've get to have you as their nutritional coach. Is that correct? And you've been doing that for quite some time here in the Woodlands. About
since 2010.
Oh wow! Okay, so that's a good 9 years or so. Do you mind? Because I could talk about nutrition and talk with you all day long. Can we go to commercial? And come right back. Okay, let's do that. We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
It's time to be super again. It's beach season. Killer abs.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trey from the Daily Buzz Radio Show.
And Taylor, be sure to watch us Monday through Friday, 12 to 1.
With our new guests in our new season.
There's a special place in the Woodlands where you can feel comfortable opening your business. We are located at 10210 Grogan's Mill Road. Our building has a unique Vedic architectural design with landscape grounds and lakeside views, on-site management, and maintenance. We also provide free Wi-Fi and the opportunity to promote your business on 91.1 FM The Boss. This wonderful location is near the Woodlands Mall, Market Street, and just minutes from Bush Intercontinental Airport. 10210 Grogan's Mill Road, the only social media building in the Woodlands. Don't delay. Schedule a tour today by calling 713-777-7368.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
This is E.L. Crane of Real Estate U here each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 91.1 FM The Boss. Remember, that's Real Estate U. Insightful, informative, and a little humor tossed in. Real Estate U, listening live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday at 91.1 The Boss.
for any maintenance needs on your commercial or personal vehicle. EVG Loan Star Service specializes on European, Asian, and domestic vehicles. We can assist you with wheel alignments, tire balance, AC services, computer and electric diagnostic, and more. We're located at the corner of 1230 Aldine Mail Route and Reeston Road in Houston 77039. Our phone number is 936-344-1672, or you can find us on our webpage www.evglss.com. EVG Lone Star. If it's got wheels, we can fix it.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Kashay. It's Friday. We're here in the Woodlands, Texas, and we're talking all about nutrition. And I have Christy Abrams in the studio. And before commercial, we were talking a little bit about how long you have been doing your nutrition coaching, if you will, if I'm saying it right, since 2010. So kind of walk me and everyone out there through that journey. Yeah.
So in 2010, it was at the time when that person I was working with said, why don't you do this as a business?
Okay,
So
right.
worked on the certification process, kept working with people. You know, at the time, I was teaching Zumba, and I was still competing, and I had a lot of, I would say, middle-aged, 30, 40, 50-year-old women who were like, okay, so gosh, what do I do now? Like, it's not as easy. So I started seeing people in their homes.
Okay.
So that to me was so awesome because I got to like really meet them and see where they live and understand. You know, the people whose homes I walked in and their pantry was filled with potato chips, and I'm like, I can't stop eating potato chips. Well, I wonder why. You know, and
I
helping
need to
people
remove some of these bags out of here.
Yeah. So it taught me a lot about other people because it's easy just to say, well, do this.
Sure.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Well, and that's not the way I wanted to.
You needed to know what they had going on in the background.
And I had to understand them because everybody's life isn't my life, you know, right? You have to work with people where they are. And that's one thing I think I really pride myself in my business is it's very individual.
Okay.
It's all about you, what your goals are, what you want to do, and what's your lifestyle. Like I can't tell you to intermittent fast if you absolutely 100% have to eat at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
I did that for about, 3 years.
Okay.
And I was so busy, and I had to book people 3 weeks out.
Wow.
Because when I'm driving to people's homes, I was driving to downtown. I was driving
so you
all
weren't
around.
just staying in the Woodlands.
Right, because it was all word of mouth,
Yeah.
and so I worked with somebody,
Yeah.
and then, well, my sister lives down in Houston, and I'm driving all around town, right? So I can't get to people very fast if I'm driving everywhere. So, but I kept holding on to the fact that I wanted to go to your house and not have people come to me.
Smart.
So a good friend of mine, my longtime chiropractor and at the time neighbor, Glenn Helton, he's here in the Woodlands. He's like, I have an office in my office. Why don't you just rent it and you can have a central place?
Right.
I'm like, nope. Because I want to go to people's houses. Well, after eventually I had to go. Okay, so long story short, it took me another 6 months or so for that to take place, and then I opened
all you had to do was tell people, take a picture of your pantry for me. But then they wouldn't. I need you to bring a picture of your pantry.
I probably have one on my phone somewhere.
Anyway.
So then I moved there, and I found that I thought I was going to lose a lot of people making you come to me when I used to come to you. Okay. And it was really great. People were able to go, I'm just going to put you on my calendar like a dentist appointment, like I come to you at 10 a.m. on Tuesday or whatever. So I've been in that office probably 5 years.
Wow.
I think May. This is 5 years. May is 5 years.
Yes. And how has it evolved? I mean, you brought out a great point earlier about eating, and look at that. There was a refrigerator. Okay, that's great. That's the other thing. We forgot about pantries and refrigerators too. But how has it evolved as far as two things I would ask? Seeing how the industry in eating has changed and what they tell you to do and what they tell you not to do, but also the mindset of people. Or is everybody still in the same mindset, or has individuals evolved? I mean, I still see, which really is upsetting to me, when I'm doing a run in the morning and I'm looking at McDonald's line and it's wrapped around the corner, and people, I'm saying, so at what point, no offense, but saying that if you're trying to eat healthy, and granted McDonald's has healthy options now, but what is the mindset of people now? Are they changing, or are they?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like people are starting to get it. I mean, they start talking about, okay, let's say, whether you agree with keto or not, okay? Whether you agree with it or not.
Okay.
When people have introduced something like that seems kind of extreme to a lot of people.
And what is keto exactly?
Keto is getting your body into ketosis. So in general, it's a high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet, right? So whether you like it or not, or you're ever going to do it, you've got to say you hear people talk about it.
Yeah, I do.
And it piques your interest. And then you meet somebody who's like, I lost 80 pounds eating keto. Okay, so that there's a lot out there now that's making people go, okay, so what I'm doing is not working for me, but they come to me and say, but I don't know what to do. And this is what I have one of my questions on the paperwork that I have them fill out online and submit to me, and I read it before I meet with them, is, what things have you tried?
Right.
Oh, I get lists. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that, multiple times. I've done Weight Watchers and I did this, then I did Weight Watchers again and then I did this. Why do people not stick with something that maybe did work for them? Because if it's too restrictive, then they're like, well, I can't live like that forever, so now I need to, then they fall off the wagon and they get back on and they fall off and get back on. So my goal in my business is to help people find a way to live a lifestyle.
Bingo!
It's
Ding, 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 ding.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's
Love that.
mindset.
Yes.
You have to understand that you are going to cheat. So I'll tell you what, instead of cheating and feeling bad about it, why don't you set a cheat day for yourself or a cheat meal for yourself? Then I tell people, plan on it. Like, you plan on Tuesday that Saturday night's going to be your cheat night. You're going to pick your restaurant. You're going to go. You're going to be gung ho.
Make it fun.
Make it and feel good about it. And you earned it. Earn it. Right? By doing well during the week, by exercising, getting the things in that you need to do during the week for you, and you earn that cheat meal and you feel good, and it helps to refill probably some micronutrient stores, some energy that you don't have because you've been eating, say, low carb, or you've been eating a certain way. And you feel happier, you feel better. And then the next morning you get up and then you start back over again on your...
And you're not feeling guilty because there's nothing to feel guilty about.
Right.
I love that point.
Exactly.
I mean, pick a day, and we all know that we're going to have the ability to say, hey, I want to have a drink or I want to eat this. Have it, but allow yourself to get back on balance is what you're saying, and then that way when it comes. So let's say to someone out there listening, and even to myself, because I'm intrigued, I want to sign up, I want to become a part, I want to be one of your clients. What does that look like?
Most people get my phone number and text me or call me and say, I'm like primarily word of mouth.
Okay.
And
you have a website.
I have a website, ChristyAbramsNutrition.com.
And Christy with the C.
Christy.
Abrams, okay.
Abrams, Abrams,
okay.
Nutrition.com.
Okay.
But on there, you can go and you can look at different things I do, but there's services, and then you click on services and it goes through. So I would, if someone calls me and talks to me, I would send them the link and say, go here.
Okay.
But I have a 1-person and a 2-person initial consultation. I think it's so great when I get spouses coming together. I've got my adult sisters that share the same house and they cook together and they shop together. Yes. Mothers and daughters, dads and sons.
Best
I've got
friends,
whole families, Yes, I work with kids as young as 8. I've worked with 80-year-olds, so 8 to 80. So everybody has a different place where they are. And I look at a family, and I have a mom who's dealing with hormones, a dad who's got long hours, stressed, a little kid who is just eating drive-through because that's all the family can, muster up, whatever. So there's, it's kind of a balancing act.
And I love that you have the psychology background. So you marry so well both the nutrition piece and the mindset to deal with all of that, which is huge.
I have had a lot of people sit across from me and for their 30-minute appointment just cry about,
and that's okay.
how hard it is. Absolutely. Because if you don't realize that there's some stuff you have to deal with. Food is very emotional.
Oh, sure.
Very emotional.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I tell people this all the time. Okay, so your child comes home from school, or you were the child and you did great. You got 100 on your test. Have a cookie.
Right.
You came home and somebody wasn't very nice to you, got bullied. Oh, have a cookie.
Sure.
You graduating, let's go out to eat. I mean, every single thing.
How about let's go have a walk?
Yeah,
let's go walk.
Let's go walk around the block and talk about that bullying at school, right? No, not feed yourself with a cookie.
To your point, it's the way society has trained ourselves.
Exactly. And it becomes, I have lots of adults who are still holding on with a lot of food emotional issues from childhood. Right. And it's like, you have got to work through that, or you're never going to lose that 100 pounds. Because I'll tell you what, losing 100 pounds is hard.
It's a hard
thing.
It's
hard. And you got to be ready for it. So, but yeah, so what did you ask me?
No, I love it. No, that's great. No, so I love it. So would you ask me? Ask me another question. No, so what do you see to be, and we were talking earlier about how the industry has changed in eating, and I was saying in another segment I did about to the point of they'll tell you to do this, they'll tell you to do that. Today you can have eggs, tomorrow you can't. One of the things that I have learned with my own body is I use my own body as my own experiment to tell me what I really can have, and I rather learn by that trial and error, and then so I now know the foods that work for my body, the foods that don't work for my body. And I know that when I put something in, if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to do the extra exercise and things like that.
Right.
Do you find, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, that's brilliant because you're way ahead of the average person.
Okay.
Because this is one thing I do within my practice as I start to get to know somebody and work with them initially, is we've got to do some kind of elimination. So I talk, how do you feel? How do you sleep? How is your energy level? So we got to go, I'm what I guess I would call, or what the industry would call, a functional nutritionist.
Okay.
Which means we get to the root of what your issues are.
Which is perfect.
It's because, your root issue is probably not necessarily that you eat too much sugar.
Right.
It's why do you eat too much sugar? What's going on in the gut? What is all that sugar doing to your gut?
Okay.
And then you're not sleeping well, or you've got other digestive things going on. And so all of those things are happening. And so I get to the root of that by saying, well, let's look at what you eat. We go through your whole day. What are the things you absolutely have? Like, let's say I have a 17-year-old come in and their skin's all broken out.
Right.
And the first thing I'll say is, how much dairy do you have? Oh, I drink a glass of milk every night.
morning,
I have ice cream every night. And so
Because you know those indicators is what you're saying.
absolutely.
You look
So
at the indicators.
your skin is an organ,
Yeah.
and your body doesn't like dairy. It comes out in your skin.
Interesting.
I'll take a teenager off a dairy for 2 weeks, and their skin will clear up.
I didn't
But now
know
they've been into every doctor in
I
town
didn't know that. And taken
They got
all of this
these
retinoids, all this stuff.
damaging,
Yeah.
in some respects,
Yeah.
damaging prescriptions, because the doctor doesn't really have time or the knowledge sometimes to work with you in a nutritional standpoint. They just want to give you a prescription and move on. And and so that's kind of why functional medicine is takes a step deeper.
Well, that's why I love this, because what you're talking about is natural. Why go
Right.
pump myself with all this medication if it was as simple as just reducing or not having milk anymore?
Well, exactly.
Or an alternate, I
Right.
mean, that.
But people need guidance on understanding, like, well, yeah, I stopped drinking milk for a day or two and it didn't help me. Well,
Right.
okay, well, maybe you need 6 weeks.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, so accountability partner, it's another huge part.
Right.
When I work with somebody, I want to see them every 2 weeks.
I was going to ask you, if
know,
someone signs up with you, what do you say in the first 30 days they can expect what? Roughly. I mean, and it is, oh my God,
Right.
that varies per
It does
individual.
vary.
But what are some of those key things you can tell somebody to expect? Even, and we're going to go to a commercial in a little bit,
Okay.
but even the difficult, I can only imagine that first 1 to 2 to 3 weeks is probably that transformation where it's the hardest for you and your client, or for them to have to try to get through it. What should they expect?
That first couple of weeks makes it or breaks it, really,
Okay.
for them. So it's about me helping them take that first step. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let's just take your Coca-Cola out.
Yeah.
Let's just have one a day.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Baby
not
steps.
3 or 4. Right.
Baby
Sometimes
steps.
it's baby steps. Sometimes it's like somebody's like, I'm gung-ho, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Depends on your personality, right? So then, but I text them, I call them every couple of days.
So
How's
you're
it going?
So you're engaging throughout
Right.
the.
And I write them a personalized meal plan.
Okay.
And then I'm like, if this isn't working for you, if you're too hungry, if you're too full, whatever you've got going on, text me, call
Sure.
me, let's talk about it. I am very hands-on.
Love that.
And let me tweak it instead of you just deciding that, well, I don't want to do that anymore because you're not the nutritionist I am, and you
Right,
you want me to
right,
help
right.
you, then let's work together on that. So and then I see people every couple of weeks, and then
Okay.
as they get more knowledge, they start feeling better. They start getting a hang of it. Then I might see them once a month, and then we might go to every couple of months,
Okay.
right? And sometimes I see people for a long time, and then they're like, I'm good, I've got this, I'm going on.
Sure.
And a year later, they'll come back and they'll call me and like, yeah, well, I saw a picture of myself.
Wow.
And I don't think I look very great. I think I've put on some weight, and I've lost my train of thought in regards to my lifestyle. So I need a refresher.
Get back. I need to get back
Yeah.
and re-kick.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, let's take another quick commercial, and then we can talk about some more about how to get involved and signed up. And
Yeah, and
all
I want to
that
talk about
good
my
stuff.
lab work.
Your lab work, and maybe we should
Coming
do
back.
some type of nutritional event together. This is fun. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
It's time to be super again. It's beach season. Killer abs.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trey from the Daily Buzz Radio Show.
And Taylor, be sure to watch us Monday through Friday, 12 to 1.
With our new guest in our new season.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Kashay. It's Friday. We're talking all about nutrition. We got the wonderful Christy Abrams in the studio, and we were just talking about all kinds of great stuff to do. So you were saying before commercial you wanted to mention, talk a little bit about...
Yes,
okay,
my lab stuff that I do.
Go ahead.
So being a functional nutritionist, and we try to get to the root, so it's kind of like, well, how do you get to the root? Yeah, so you can...
That's pretty deep sometimes.
For sure. And
Yeah,
you can do food elimination diet, where I take people off of things and see how they respond and add them back in slowly. I will say that a large majority of my clients right now are women who are dealing with hormones.
Okay.
And it makes such an impact on our body.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so I have a lab, I work with SpectraCell Labs. They're actually a
Interesting.
Houston-based lab, but they're all over
Okay.
the country. And I can run it through insurance or not, cash price, whatever. But what's really great is it's a very extensive, good hormone. I can do thyroid. I can do genetic
Wow.
testing, cardiometabolic, which looks at omegas, your lipids, your particle size.
Sign me up.
Yeah, but it's so much more extensive than a doctor would do for you, yet
And
not
more
any more expensive.
beneficial.
Oh, for sure. Like
Yeah.
people who bring me their lab work and go, my doctor ran my thyroid. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well, let me see your results. And
Yeah.
it's like TSH. Okay, well, that was good. Okay, well, there's a
Okay.
lot more to your thyroid than
Yeah.
your TSH. But they have all these signs and symptoms of maybe something having to do with, just endocrine issues. Like there's a lot of stuff that feeds into that. So one of
But it helps you know how to treat and how to eating
absolutely.
and know how to.
And I'm not a doctor, and I don't tell them to do
treat in
anything
the
like
eating
that.
lifestyle is what I
Right.
mean.
Well,
Yeah.
I use it for that, but I also say, okay, well, based on these results, you need to go find an endocrinologist, or you need to go to your, gynecologist, and let's look at this way. And I give them like the full. Here are your choices.
Wow.
I don't tell them what to do. I can't tell them what to do, but I can certainly explain
them.
all the
Yeah.
sides. And the doctor doesn't always explain all the sides. They tell them what they think,
Right.
and then that what they think is what the patient needs to think, and that's really not right. You should make your own decisions for yourself. So the coolest test I have is called a micronutrient test.
Ooh.
So it looks at 33 vitamins, minerals. It looks at all your B complex vitamins, metabolites, antioxidants. Really good look at your glucose insulin interaction, so like how well your body's burning carbs. There's just an immune.
Everybody needs to do this. I mean, we're
Absolutely.
running out of
I'm
time.
not joking. They
Okay,
do,
so wait a
for
minute.
sure.
So tell everybody. Let's spell it out. How to get in touch with your website.
ChristyAbramsNutrition.com. ChristyAbrams Nutrition.com.
Okay.
You can go my front page. It talks all about all these labs, supplements. It talks about anything and everything that I do.
Okay. Can I do it? Like, can I hurry up? Can I be a
Yeah,
part?
let's do
Can I be
yours and let's then talk about it.
Oh my God!
on your show.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Done deal. Pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much.
Will you come back?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's Friday. Can I cheat today?
I don't know. Did you plan it for me?
Did I plan or no? I have to get permission from you. We'll find out. Anyway, such a pleasure. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Let's tell everybody goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.